I actually really like this idea of just the whole thing being found footage or like VCR. The transitions are creepy, but to that character, it's probably a normal thing for him. To others, it's like, why are your title cards like that? It's very off-putting, you know? Oh yeah, look at that. It was like September 5. Oh, and it's like almost the same time I'm recording this right now. Why don't I sleep, man? And that's another thing with people with some sort of mental stuff. You have weird sleep. You either got insomnia or hypersomnia, and it messes up your mental health more, honestly. But yeah, it's just a simple way to put it.
Yeah, I really wanna end this Gun Plus series with a bang.
But yeah, that part's really good because it's like foreshadowing. End this series with a bang, you know what I mean? It's so messed up, dude. Also, if you can hear, you can hear like police sirens. I also just added that because again, I was leaning into the character being crazy, but it changed. Yeah, I already said that so many times now. You get the idea. Oh yeah, I just added more like weird words just to add to the, you know, what the heck is going on? Why is this on my screen? I am feeling great. What? But yeah, this is day 2. Oh yeah, there's already like a little mini jump scare there. Just a dark image of like what's to come. I don't know if you can tell what that is, but so let's talk about the filming of that distorted image there. I was planning on doing more like gruesome scenes, but I don't have much resources. So what I just did is I grabbed some ketchup and then grabbed my hobby knife and just acted like I was stabbing myself. Yeah, and I just distorted the image to, I don't know, make it look scarier, I guess. That's the thing though, I'm not really sure if that's conveyed very well, if people understand what's happening there, but I do put this scene in the next day or so, yeah, with less distortion. But yeah, I just use ketchup here. It's kind of dumb. You know, the usual things people use for like gore scenes when you don't have any budget. Just ketchup. But yeah, overall in this day nothing really happens. Also, I took off the music to again support the idea of what the heck is happening? Why is there no music now? Like it's harder to expect something happening or something not happening because you don't know what the hell is happening. You know? I managed to make the legs finally. And then I built the stand because, I don't know, I was just looking at the runners and I was like, I really want to build this already. It's a big runner and I want to get rid of it already. I couldn't put the legs on the stand yet though because it needed a waist. But yeah, that was the next thing I was doing. So far, my idea with the days is like there's just certain days where nothing happens except that little jump scare at the start, but it's not really that scary. just him going insane with the amount of pages again and needing to backtrack. The gap between the days I built was so long because I was just, you know, preoccupied with other things. There was just days also where I was like, I don't want to do anything, so I didn't build. But yeah, overall this build took me like a month and a half to 2 months. I could have just done this whole thing in about a week, but oh, also I had other model kits to build, so yeah, I wanted to finish those first. Still filming them, so yeah, again, preoccupied. Then we have the vacuum, the ASMR vacuum too, where I'm not sure it's even ASMR, but I don't care. It's not actually an ASMR video. That's not the point of the film, so yeah. I know, it is satisfying to see the table getting cleaned. But yeah, I made a waist. It seems like it was so easy to build, but it took like an hour or 2 hours. Oh yeah, I also panel lined this. I didn't panel line the whole model as of this moment, so still have to do that. I also want to put on the decals, but when I have time. And then we move on to day 3. again, based on the numbers, that's where the horror happens. Because, you know, 3 and then 6, you know, those numbers, evil numbers. And here is where it actually gets a little bit scary. That's really loud, actually. I guess that's a jump. That's more of a jump scare. Get out of my house! And then in this one, I still kept the idea of this one, but basically it's like as I progress building the Gundam, there's like an entity in the house that's like starting to haunt him more and more. So yeah, I still kept that idea. It's like, I guess I could just talk about it now, but basically the Gundam in this film is like a personification of this character's inner demons. So it's kind of like if you know Chucky, like the Chucky doll, but instead of the doll actually moving and doing violent things, this guy just, you know, messes up his mental health. Again, leaning more into the psychological aspect instead of the slasher film horror type. But yeah, again, the initial idea here that's still on play is the guy is going insane. Okay, it's way clearer here. The ketchup. I actually really like that the distortion makes it look a bit more real. Because if you see the raw footage for that scene, it's like, yeah, it's really just ketchup. I'm really just messing up my mat with ketchup. Oh yeah, and this is where the sound design starts. That was one of the most fun things of making this film. It's the sound design. It's mostly just my vocals, and I just added a bunch of effects to it. And it turned out quite nice. There's also one track there where I put this weird chromatic plugin and kind of sounds like horror music, and I was like, oh, that works really well. So yeah, I was really just experimenting on the sound design, but it actually worked pretty well. What was that effect? Let me actually see what the effect that was. But yeah, I used Ableton Live. Yeah, I just added this chromatic thing. What is that? Just chromatic? It's just a stock effect in Ableton. Oh, it's a vocoder. So I added a vocoder on my vocals, and it actually sounded like horror music. So that worked really well in my favor. So yeah. Okay, back to the film. And then the background music in this part is just the Ink Spots song again. It's just really slowed down, and I put some reverb, and that's basically it. But yeah, this day 3 is more on playing on the sound design and just creeping people out with creepy sounds. More distortion. And then the vacuum again. The vacuum can actually like jump scare people. You're just cutting to the loud vacuum. Also, another sidetrack. If you notice the cutting mat, it's also like really messed up now. And that's another element I got from Silent Hill. You know, everything is slowly getting more and more dilapidated. But after this day, I just decided to use my new cutting mat. I was initially gonna add more grotesque scenes about this mat. Just, you know, dirt getting thrown around, my hands getting like black ink. But yeah, I kind of forgot about that. It would have been cool though, but yeah, I forgot about that. And that's okay. I still like the film overall. But yeah, that was another thing I was planning to do. Also, more horror scenes, more weird imagery and stuff like that. But I was running out of time as well. But yeah, here is one of the elements, just, you know, the cutting board. Again, getting more dilapidated, more just scuffed, you know? But yeah. And then that's day 3.